Last year, we started a new tradition. Well, I say we, but really, I was just fortunate enough to be allowed to tag along. A whole rabble of researchers, storytellers, and enthusiasts, connected by an interest in folklore and the supernatural, decided to take a trip to Avebury together. A good bunch. They had all connected over the very excellent Uncanny podcast, and they welcomed me in swiftly as we spent the day sharing good yarns and creating new rituals. This year, for whatever reason, we could only muster a more intimate group, a quieter gathering. This place often gives you exactly what you need. The ritual landscape has sat with itself and with humanity for so long that it is charged with vibrant, fizzing energy and with a deep wisdom. You only need take the time to tune in, to listen. Sometimes it sings and sometimes it shouts. This time, the stones leaned in close and softly whispered, "Comfort." The 5 of us who made it here had each had a tough old year. We all came at the end of one tether or another, and if misfortune could have found us in the planning of the trip, then it did. From cancelled accommodation, to booking the wrong days, to traffic jams that turned some of our party around. The M4 was completely closed at Reading, sending Bethan and I along a winding diversion. We travelled, stop-starting through quaint, bucolic vistas, past one gorgeous thatched cottage after another, at a snail's pace. The roses around the door of every one gently breathed their divine and heady scent into the heat of the day. We imagined deeply into a story where the Fae folk had hacked into Google Maps in a cunning ploy to spirit folk away, feeling almost as if we had been lost to human time for 100 years or more by the time we were returned to the motorway. But we made it in the end, and arriving at Avebury held the same welcoming spiritual sigh of relief as always. We convened our group at the Red Lion before making our way into the landscape on foot, tracing last year's steps backwards. This time, we pointed towards Silbury Hill first. I love the way the hill drifts in and out of the sightline within this landscape, quietly dominating even when seemingly nestled deep in the valley, like the matriarch of a close-knit family, always keeping one eye on you for care, making sure you don't stray too far from the path. She watched on peacefully as we followed the pilgrim's path up to West Kennet Longbarrow. Inside the earth, we gathered in the delicious cool dark and passed healing grins around our small circle. We felt the weight of the monument, letting it ground us. Our hearts took tentative little flights, following the chattering swifts who darted in and out of their summer home. Time passes differently here, but we managed to find ourselves alone with the place for a magical half hour. Back out in the bright sun, we warmed our bones, not ready for communally shared eternity in the barrow just yet. Bethan set off with her dowsing rods, and a small wind devil sprung up from the place where they crossed. It followed back down the path toward the rest of the group, then danced, twirling on into the long, golden grass. A token barrow race was run, and the victors led us on, back down the valley, past fresh visitors come to take our place, and toward the avenue. It was a hot, steep climb on the other side. Respite halfway was provided via a conversation with a friendly Dutch tourist. The heat was prickling now, but the reward of that corridor of stone made it worthwhile. A cooling, calming, collective sigh. A little letting go of some things, a little cherishing of other feelings. Shoes off, socks off, bare feet on the earth. The grass, warm and crisp and smooth, kept short by the tread of many personal journeys. Now, here, then. We all really landed. Welcome, traveller. Thanks so much for coming along with us. I am busily working on the next video connected to this trip, where Bethan and I take a detour on the way home to explore the famous Hellfire Caves. This weekend away was a bookend to a lot of things, but also it comes at the start of building a space to share our regional folklore, music, art and rituals. We may have begun our journey with these videos out of county, but believe me, we will be digging into all of the fabulous particulars connected to our lovely, unique and storied region at the eastern edge of this island. So here we offer an invitation. As we grow the East Anglian Folklore Centre, we are always happy to hear your yarns. If you have any memories, stories or legendary tales connected to Avebury or any of our special places closer to home, please feel free to share them in the comments. Fare thee well for now, dear friends. May we meet again in the turn of only a few pages.